the man of the match performance, players player win against England. It was obviously, you must be pretty happy after that one.
Yeah, I think any time you represent Australia, you're proud of the occasion. But to play England at the Olympic Stadium and to perform well, and I think the most pleasing thing was that we spoke about a few things during the week that we wanted to execute, and I think we did that. So move on to the final at Anfield, and there's a pretty happy bunch of boys in the sheds tonight. But to be fair, we need to recover, do all the things right, and then hopefully play our best football next week.
Pretty impressive performance overall.
Yeah, I agree. As I said earlier, we spoke about a few things that we wanted to get right this week, and I think we did that. We wanted to focus on our attack, and to score 36 points against England is on their home turf is a pretty impressive effort. So, I think we've built as this competition's gone on, and hopefully, that's a good omen for the final.
What do you make of New Zealand so far, the tournament? They obviously had the draw against Scotland, but this is a final.
Yeah, exactly right. Your words are true because, look, they obviously were a little bit disappointed in their performance against Scotland. But to be fair, I've play against the Kiwi boys and play with a few of them week in, week out in the NRL, and they are elite. They're a force to be reckoned with. So, I think the Scotland game can be erased out of the equation and focus on their strengths, try and pick apart their weaknesses, and hopefully we can nullify their good stuff and then come up with some plays that can score more points.
Your own personal performance, chip over the top, breaking through, taking the line on for Josh Dugan's try. You must have been a bit of unpredictability in there.
Yeah, I suppose you sort of need to play a little bit eyes up, but you also need to play within the structures that Mel and the coaching staff set. So, I think that's first half set up a really good performance. My job is pretty simple in terms of communication and having good ends to our sets, but also playing eyes up and taking advantage of some lack of numbers and things like that. But I think the one thing we've got a good bunch of guys that get on really well off the field, do their role on the field, and that tends to have a good outcome.
That's obviously been one of the keys for this tour is the strength of the culture in the group, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Mel has brought a different dimension to the Kangaroos setup, and that's not disrespect anything that we've done before. I think he brings a united front. He brings a passionate football team, and then he leaves it up to the guys to go out and perform their jobs, because at the end of the day, the Australian team is the best 24 players in Australia, and they have the ability to play. It's about cohesion. It's about buying into the same thing and finding out the reasons why we're all here, and that's to represent Australia, play for the green and gold, and the players that have gone before us.